YouTube was goodish, boy. Paulus Harris, aka Crazy Uncle. Y'all gonna have to see it right there. Oh shit. But hey, if this your first time, hey, guess what? If this your first time tuning in, go ahead, hit doggone subscribe button, hit the notification bell every time I post a new content. Uh just like I say, we're actually really about to go on live right now. Matter of fact, I just talked to him. Uh and apparently I got the doggone the times switched up, I I actually really told him 1 o'clock my time when I actually really went on at 12 or what have you. But in our case, uh, we gonna do this, and as you can see, um, I mean, put like this, it's the same deal. It's just that I actually really had to go back on. I really had to go back on my Facebook page, right? And because I knew that I had those, I knew that I had the kit, and I knew that I had the doggone um, that that I had that I had the hurt feelings report. Um, and for the most part, um, I actually really posted them up on on my page, because it is obvious. It is quite obvious that some people in the world today, right, need these two items in their life, right? And but the only but you know what though? The only bad thing about it though is that okay, this shit, they, it's almost like okay, well, fuck the kid, fuck the report, you out of there, right? And it's just like what it's just like what I said, roughly not even an hour ago, and roughly and then what I told y'all last week, for me, right, it's just one of those things that okay, you butthurt, but why you act like really butthurt when for one, you really can't. I mean, to to have that, to have that title, right? It's almost like it's something. It was something that was given, right? It's not part of your DNA or anything like that, right? And then for the people that so called, they call themselves actually really trying to practice of what actually happened, right? Is like the dumbest is, for me, right? It's like the dumbest shit ever, you know. I mean, it's like okay, you have to look at this the same way that you look at parenting almost. You know, you you as the parent, right? You have kids. So guess what? You know, you go out, you go to work, and you provide for your family so that your kids don't have to do that. They look up to you, and because you gotta look at it like, okay, well, hey, look, I asked, because I'm just like, well, look, did none of us ask to come here, right? So it's almost like, all right, I'm here, right? Do what the fuck you supposed to do, whatever the hell that, whatever the hell that is. So I just tend to look at what Moses, what Moses them did, right? That was something that they had to do, right? And then y'all, with y'all dumbasses, right? Y'all want to sit up there and practice it like like you really gonna get some type of you know ratification that hey, guess what? If I do that, then I will look good in the eyesight of my heavenly Father. No, that is not the case, right? But the thing about it though is this, right? And I know I said this last week as well, right? Um, with all this stuff, with all this stuff that's going on with Kyrie Irving and Kanye or Ye, or whatever the hell he want to call himself nowadays, right? It's almost like, okay, well, so just know that both of them apologized, which for the most part I thought was bullshit, right? Because it's like, okay, well, once you, because you feel like you put something out there, you put the truth out there, right? And people like, oh shit, he told the truth. And then yeah, okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, hold on. What's good?
What's happening, team?
Nothing. Just actually, I really, just trying to build it up, until you actually really came on. Did you see how I titled the show?
What was it?
Now, hold on. I got it right here. I
No,
call
I,
it,
I just clicked the link. I didn't see it.
yeah, okay. I call it DA Form IMT WF Hurt Feelings Report. And then we got the Hurt Feelings Kit, NSN number 6545 00 922 so,
Mm.
so I had to actually really take it back old school, short hairstyle, because apparently you got the powers that be, right? Apparently they feelings are all hurt because of two individuals, namely Kyrie Irving and Kanye West, or uh, Yee, right? They come out, say some very profound things, and apparently the so-called Jewish community is all butthurt about it. So I'm just like, well, hey, guess what? We are here to help you out. We got the hurt feelings kit. We can patch you up, and then we can fill out the report, and then we'll send it to the proper people to determine whether or not if you full of shit or not. So, uh, so,
I love that. I love that.
so, so basically, that is what's going on right now. And then Dave Chappelle, he came out, he just said his little piece. Minister Farrakhan, he didn't said his piece, as well. So um, it's I just look at it like this, right? Um, when you put like this, when you call yourself something, right, and then just know that it's not a part of your motherfucking DNA or whatever, and it's just for the simple fact that when you call yourself a so-called Jew, right, and then you out here practicing, what you're practicing is something that they had to do, right? It wasn't, it wasn't like that. Okay, well, we gonna decide to do this. That was some stuff that happened to them. This is and whatever the hell they had to do, they did it, and then everything was cool. Where that these people, they see that, and then it's almost like, okay, well, this is what we this is what we gonna practice. And I'm just like, why? You ain't in that, you're you're not in that type of trouble, right? So why are you actually really going out and practicing some things that you can do that stuff all doggone day long, and then ain't nothing gonna happen to you. Ain't nothing spectacular gonna happen to you. So, um, and then with this whole documentary, the Hebrews, the Negroes, right? I mean, again, I haven't seen the documentary. I'm not going to pay motherfucking $15 or whatever it is on Amazon to watch it, because the thing about it though is this: for those that believe in the Bible or not, right? That promise was made to Abraham, nobody else, right? And then it's just for the simple fact that Abraham had to go through a process to even become Hebrew. Abraham was not born a Hebrew. And so for anybody that's want to go back and try to figure out what color the original Hebrews were, okay, I give you that. But just know this: that promise was made to Abraham and Abraham only, right? Meaning that I can be the bad motherfucker. You just happen to be my offspring, right? So, again, regardless of how you want to look at it, it's just for the simple fact that people will take something and they will twist it up so goddamn ridiculous that I can tell you a story, and then I say, hey, look, I can tell you word for word. Hey, motherfucker, say this. Now go tell 10 other people, and then that when that 10th person, you tell that 10th person to come see me. And by the time they get back to me, I'm like, motherfucker, that is not what I said. Right? So, so again, people get stuff all mixed up, they get it all twisted up. You gonna get mad at these two people, and then what they do in the Kyrie Irving is like motherfucking ridiculous. They gonna have this guy go through some motherfucking sensitive training. I'm like, the fuck for? Right? It's almost like when you tell the truth. It's always, it's a catch-22. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. If you tell the truth, you're gonna get in trouble. If you tell a lie, you're gonna get in trouble. So what the fuck is a person supposed to do? Like, seriously.
It's Here's the thing. It seems to be that the people of the hour are Jewish. It's a sad thing because it's just further dissecting races and religions and cultures, whatever you want to call it. It's sad. Um, but I can tell you this: what Louis Farrakhan had to say, I agree with. What most people are saying behind closed doors, I agree with. Even the Jewish people are laughing to themselves and saying, I agree with it. This is a non issue, a no issue, a non issue. Um, there are some big things happening in the world. This is not one of them. And the distraction is not good
Yeah.
at the expense of. So here's the thing, right? So you could have a couple narratives. One narrative could be Kanye's crazy. He's just doing something that's silly and bizarre. Hmm. Or you could also spin it and say this: most wealthy black American individual brought down by the Jews. Did they not bring him down? Did they not drain his pockets?
Okay.
So
So
let me get this right. Hold on. So let me get this right. The Jewish segment of this population is more important, profitable, valuable, of value than the black. No, but we're the victim. We're the minority. You can't say this. You can't talk about this. Excuse me. So let me get this right. What does he do for a living? He's a rapper, a
yeah,
fashion designer. Who's in charge of those industries? Well, they happen to be. That's a great coincidence. So let me also get this right. Now he's not that? Yeah, because he talked that about us. Who is us? Well, you're not allowed to say that.
yeah. Well, I, you
I
know,
think I think I've seen this movie before.
yeah. So I just look
I
at it.
don't know what people are. I don't know what people are doing. I know me and Farrakhan, the honorable. Hey, listen, me and Lewis, me and my man, brother Farrakhan, are tight as nails. I'm telling you, I've seen this story before. I don't play that game. I guess people want me to say something else. I'm not going to say anything else.
You don't know, but you know what? Another thing too is what I also look at when Ye came out and said it, right? And then he lost endorsement deals with Adidas, right? And I forget who else, right? Then he came out and apologized. And then when Kyrie did it, then he lost the endorsement deal with Nike. But then now with these endorsement deals, now these people they are already gonna be making money because Ye, he a rapper, fashion designer, right? Kyrie, he played basketball. And so two things that actually really makes money, right? But then, and this is one of the reasons for this is another reason why I'm calling all this bullshit because if you actually really go back and look at what happened on August 15th, 1971, right, and who was the president back then, go back and look at what he did, right? So so let's look at it, right? So from 1971, and this is November 2022, right? So that's 51 years that has went by, right? And for those that don't know, President Nixon did away with the Gold Standard Act, meaning that no gold would back up any United States currency, right? So I'm looking at that, right? And then I'm like, okay, well, if you did away with that, then what is actually really backing the dollar since since 1971 up until now? Is it bullshit paper, right? Is it back? Is it? I mean, I remember back in the day they was talking about the petrodollar, and we already know what petro is, right? That's why 20 years later in 1991 we went to war with Saudi with Saddam Hussein, right? Because of what the hell he was trying to do over there in Kuwait, right? And then here it is 30 years later, right? We seeing this exact same shit again, right? With the Soviet Union and the Ukraine, because Ukraine is one of those, they one of the biggest oil producers, and they distribute to everybody. So, so again, so I'm looking at it like this. Okay, so you did away with it in 1971 because, and then who's to say that what was the reason behind it? Because I also look at it like this: when was the last time that Fort Knox was actually like really inspected? Because the last that I can remember was in 1980, and that was 42 years ago. A lot of people say that ain't no gold in Fort Knox. So all what I'm saying is, if you call yourself a Jewish person and you big in the entertainment industry, right? Whether you got your own music label, your own basketball team, NFL team, whatever the case may be, and your employees are either my color or darker, right? And then they coming out and they want to come out and they want to say this, you get pissed off about it. Then you want to cut away their money. But the thing about it, though, like I just look at it like this: money ain't been worth shit since 1971. So what is it that you doing here? It's like it's a distraction of what is because and you and I know this.
Same thing they did with Alex Jones. Now they're talking like into the 2 billions, and it's like he's laughing at them in court. He's making a mockery of it because it's a mockery. It's no one's like taking this angle in this Alex Jones stuff. They're going, wow, what a bad guy. He should have to pay. He should have to pay. Really? 100 million for a family for your kid dying. So 100 million makes your life better. That's what your kid was worth. Just 100 million. It's like, oh, what's the First Amendment worth? Well, your shirt tucked in at court. It's like, it's pathetic. It's preposterous. They will lose in the long
Yeah,
term. They will lose. Same thing with this Jewish stuff. It's like, I get it. I guess I don't understand what's going on. Yeah, but we don't like the way people talk about us. It's like, uh, so let me get this right. You're persecuting Black Americans for being anti-Semitic. Yeah. Um. Quick question. You make a lot of wealth. You pay a lot of taxes. Didn't they come here on slave ships? Did we forget that part? Yeah,
apparently
but
they
that has
did.
nothing to do with us. Yeah, apparently, right? So, um, right. That has nothing to do with you, right? And that has nothing to do with you. So what the fuck's going on here? I don't understand this.
Yeah,
I'm serious.
it's almost like
It's people have a blind spot to Jewish people. They're white people.
something. It's almost like put like this. It's almost
They
like
own the
okay,
banks.
yeah. Everybody
Zach, you're
has
anti-Semitic. Well, I'm Muslim, so by proxy, you're gonna say I'm no matter what. So what's the difference?
exactly. So again, here's the deal. Every ethnic group of people have been picked on at least one time in world history. You know, we put like this: the niggers, the Japs, the Spics, the Wops, and I'm pretty sure I'm leaving some other folk out too, right? You know, everybody's gonna get picked on, right? And I just look at it like this: when that whole thing with Papa John's came up, and they claimed that he said nigger, so then everybody, well, I ain't buying no more Papa John's, and so I'm just like, and then I did a show about that. I'm like, you know what? If you go get mad over the word nigger, then guess what? You that nigga that Papa John's was talking about, right? And so, and then
And the messed up part is he's quoting somebody in an email saying we can't say this.
yeah, and so
That's the context. The context for people listening, the context is Papa John, which I really could give a fuck less about the franchise. Papa John was reading an email with this in the email and was saying, "We cannot say this." That got him canceled. Not using it to an employee, not using it to a franchisee, not allowing Black Americans to be franchisee owners. None of that. He was reading an email at a business meeting and saying, "We shouldn't say this." That's the context.
Yeah. And it was the same thing that happened with um with Joe Rogan. Basically,
And John Gruden, same shit.
yeah, and I just looked at it like, well, Joe Rogan, he was just naming off stuff of what Richard Pryor did. He had that one album. That nigga's crazy. So it's almost like, okay, this is what he said. I went back and I looked at all of that stuff, what Joe Rogan said, and I was like, if all of it got took it out of context. And I'm again, it's like these motherfuckers, they look for shit. They try to get you out of there. Right. And so, I'm just like, okay, well, if put like this, if you know beyond the shadow of a doubt that you not no nigga, then why you getting pissed off about it? If you know you not no spick, then why you get pissed off about it? But I'm just looking at it like, you know,
Any describer of ethnic things, um, don't get like butthurt on it. If it's not affecting your bottom line, if you're in your job and your employer is doing something that's inappropriate, I could see a world where you need to address it. If they're stopping you from a promotion, if they're stopping you from elevating yourself, if they're stopping that, I get it. But voluntary media that you choose to consume on your free time is not in that lane. If it's your employer doing it, if it's something holding you back, I got you 100% team. I'll be the first one there to jump up and down. I did it in my career. It does not work. It sucks. Here's the thing. If it's something that you put in your ears voluntarily under the First Amendment, that's a different thing. That's my opinion. So they say, "Oh,
yeah,
you're a hypocrite because Zach. What about you in Korea? What about that?" I'll reiterate it. If it's in your workplace and it's affecting you from promotion, it's affecting you from being safe. Especially, listen, at Best Buy, you can just go home. In the United States military, you can't just go home. There's something we have friendly fire. There's a point of duty, a post of duty, right?
yeah,
If it's free media, the First Amendment, a constitution that I decided to defend with an oath. That's different. Okay, if you want to go there, we can go there. It's just it's apples and oranges. It's just that, well, you're having your cake and eating it too. It's like, no, I'm not. It's pretty different, actually. So that's how that's gonna go. But I'd be happy to discuss that with anybody. But it's just this other stuff inappropriate.
yeah. I mean,
I don't
it's
understand. Like they hate it. Like they're our own government's even like pissed at me for saying this stuff. I don't understand it. Kurt,
yeah.
we defended this country to the best of our ability. No, I'm serious. Like, there's people who just pissed at us. I just don't get it.
Me neither. I never. I mean, it's just
I
like
don't get it.
it's just like when we both were in, and I was the EO rep, right? And just like I said, you already know what the hell we did, you know. And but I also look at the simple fact that you know, if we were like this, I mean, granted the fact, what I'm saying, what I'm about to say right now is illegal as fuck, though. But my whole deal is this: we go out to any goddamn cemetery, right? Go dig up a body, right? That we know that's been in the ground for a while. And when we dig it up, right? We already know we ain't gonna see nothing but bones, right? So let's just say we dig up 4 bodies, right? 2 male, 2 female, right? And then we present them to like everybody else and be like, okay, well, which one of these people? Okay, we could like, okay, which one of these people is a black person, white person, uh, Japanese, Arabic, and then I'm like, could you really sit up there and actually really tell the difference? No, you can't. And so it's the same thing about being a so-called Jew or a so-called Hebrew, right? You know, it's almost like, okay, again, you saw something that was in the Bible, made a religion out of it, right? And then you actually really think this is what the fuck you are. It's no different than being a doggone Christian almost, right? And it's just for some fact, right? Again, we go back to them same people that we dug up and be like, okay, well, which one of these people is a Christian? You can't tell the difference because that shit is not in your goddamn DNA, right? And it's just like what you said. I get tired of people. It's almost like, okay, you arguing just for the sake of arguing, and I'm just like, okay, I know that we're not the only 2 people that see this. It's a, because I'm sure that there's other people out there that's calling all this calling all this stuff that's going on with Kanye and Kyrie, right? They calling this it's bullshit. I'm at the point now. You know what? Fuck these two. What the fuck is Biden doing right now? Because I know you heard about that summit meeting that either went on yesterday or is going on right now. What the fuck are they doing over there? Right? Because he's supposed to be meeting with the Chinese president or some shit. So, I'm like, what are they doing? What are they doing over there? How is it actually really going to benefit us? Right? I mean, granted the fact, I'm not finna go sign up and I'm not finna sign up and put on no army uniform. Hell, I've been out too goddamn long. But the thing about it though is this. What is going on over there that is actually really going to affect the people that is in uniform now? Hell, what is it going to, how is it going to affect the people that are retired like me, right? Or just people in general? What are they doing right now that's actually really going to affect us? And we worried about 2 people or the so-called Jewish community that's then got all butthurt because for the most part, one told the truth, one posted a link about a goddamn documentary. You know, this is what the fuck the world then came down to. This is why old Sergeant Harris came back and I put them that hold yeah the hurt feelings kit and the goddamn hurt feelings report. I did that because I'm like, wow, motherfucker. So this is what the fuck we do now.
You imagine.
Somebody called you and now you hurt.
You see what I'm
So
saying though?
it's
But hold on. You had to lay the groundwork to like let these people know there is a red carpet. There is something going on with this. This is what's going on.
yeah. So I'm just
So what do you
like,
think?
put like this. I'm really worried
Listen,
about.
listen. They're gonna get mad at me for saying this. I know they're gonna get mad at me for saying it, but I have to say it. It's gonna run out. I just don't get it.
Me neither.
What am I supposed to do?
You
Do
know.
I go like this? Hold on. Let me go like this. I'll do it like this, right? I just,
Yeah.
I guess I'll just sleep to the. I guess I'll just sleep till Trump becomes president again.
Yeah.
It's a
So
bunch
I'm just like,
of. It's so No, it's so hypocritical, man. It's like it's just not productive. It's like it's not good for our country.
no, it's not.
It
And
truly isn't. And I listen.
it
I can do like tongue in cheek. I can do sarcasm. I can pretend to be asleep. I can pretend to do this. I can pretend to do that. What good is that? Oh, okay, great. Another black billionaire dead. Oh, and then you have Dave Chappelle on Saturday Night Live going ha 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 ha. Yeah, it's funny. You don't know what you're talking about. Like it's not right what they did to him. Oh, well, he's saying something that's wrong. What's so wrong about what he said? He didn't take anything from him. He's willing to have a dialogue. He's willing to talk. It, here's the thing: is what he's saying wrong? Well, no, you're not allowed to say it. No. Is what he's saying is it wrong? Yeah, you're not supposed to talk about it. Okay, for the third time, is what he's saying wrong?
oh, because that's what the because I listen. I watched the hour long video that Minister Farrakhan did,
Doesn't it make you sick a little bit?
and
I try to like do like Andy Kaufman. I try to be like a little silly. I'll sleep on this. Let him talk this and that. But like it actually hurts my feelings, quite frankly.
yeah. So I'm just like, but you know what though? It's it's like
Funny
what
enough, Andy
I s-
Kaufman, a Jewish man.
but it's like what I said earlier, right? When when you tell the truth, right? It's somebody somewhere that ain't it's somebody somewhere that's not gonna like it, right? And then so but my whole deal is it's like, but that's what you taught me to do. You taught me to tell the truth, right? And the only problem that I have with both Kyrie and Ye is that they apologize. I'm just like, why? Because
Can you
it
believe? Hold on. Can you believe they suspended Kyrie Irving? What the fuck? How is that possible?
so again, I'm just looking
No,
at
hold on. How is it possible? They suspend him. There's some unwritten rule. I guess they'll say like, what would it say? Mm, like they don't like the antics of it or like the optics, but it's like, what did I do?
there. But you
I
know what
tweeted
though?
a thing. Oh, hey, Kyrie, we're gonna take your Twitter. No, they didn't do that because Elon owns it now. Um, hey, you need to know you can't talk about these people. Okay, where are the black activists? The issue is the Jewish media, the JMs. Go ahead and cancel me for that. Great, they love that little clip. Go ahead and clip that as they type. I'm gonna, Jesus Christ, people hate me. Um, I don't understand. Where are like the liberals? You can't make fun of black people. You can't make fun of transgender people. You can't make fun of gays. You can't make fun of this. But wait a second. There are a group of individuals who happen to be white, and under your definition, they're not white. They're Jewish. Okay, great. Canceling black men, and that's appropriate. How does that fly?
Eh,
And everyone just did what you just did. Oh, oh, so much of bullshit.
yeah. You know what though? It's no
Zach,
different.
you're anti-Semitic. I don't give a fuck. I love Jewish people. I love Jewish women. I love Jewish food. I love pastrami sandwiches. I'll take a record deal. I'll take fucking anything. I don't give a fuck. but the hypocrisy is it's inappropriate.
Yeah, but you know what though? It's I look at the whole Kyrie Irving situation, and then I look at I look at the situation that happened with the head coach of the Boston Celtics, right? And
Mhm.
and so they suspended him because he fucking the staff apparently, So so I'm just looking at the
Well,
simple
that's
fact,
one way to put it. That's one way to put it. That's one way
yeah.
to put it.
So I'm just
Actually,
like, okay,
technically,
yeah,
the staff's
so
wife.
so you, I mean, again, I'm looking at the simple fact, okay, so you got sex in the workplace, okay, like this shit doesn't
No,
actually
no,
really go.
hold on. The staff's wife.
Is the what now?
The
Yeah,
staff's wife.
yeah, I get that, but
Uh-huh.
what I'm saying is this, right? Sex in the workplace, it happens. Hell, it listen, it happened in I'll come out of this head. It happened in the greatest organization that you and I
Yes,
serve,
it happens. It happens. It
right? So
happens. It's
so
unfortunate, but it does occur.
yeah, so my whole deal is that okay, so what really happened? I mean, yeah, the media they come out and they said this, but I'm almost at the point now where what was really said, who actually really stopped it? And then, I'm just like, okay, well, why the fuck did it start in the first place? You know? Um, but again, I'm okay, so you suspend
What a
that guy.
shit show. Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
Yeah.
What a shit show.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So you suspend that
You,
guy.
Kurt, can you imagine what a shit show? It's just like, oh no, this is bad all the way around. Doesn't make it
Yeah.
illegal. Doesn't mean he should lose the job. I mean,
Now
I assume they're
why
still
somebody
paying him.
hold on. Why somebody come out and say so so you actually really think that it's right for another man to fuck another man's wife? Now, I'm not saying that, but here's the
Whoa,
deal.
whoa, whoa, whoa! Nobody said that.
No, I'm just saying that is what somebody's gonna say, right? So
Oh,
I'm just looking.
I thought
So I'm
somebody actually said that. I said, is it her?
yeah,
What's that shorty shiz with the Z? You know?
yeah. But I just look at it like this, right? Again, you can throw any motherfucking myth out there, right? And I just look at it like this. It all
My question is, does he get to have a reality show and are they still blasting?
does he get to have a reality show?
Does he get a reality show and are they still blasting? Yes or yes?
I don't know. They killed all that shit, right? So
Oh,
and
come
then
on.
no,
Okay,
they
okay,
did.
okay. So let me get this right. Now you go back home to Daddy Warbucks. That's how that works.
Hey, they suspended him because he
I know they
called the people they
suspended
said
him. Listen, I know they suspended him, but what does she do? Now she goes back home to Daddy Warbucks, and it's like, hey, babe,
oh
it was a
yeah,
mistake. I didn't know what was going on.
no, then shit happened to her. Then shit happened to her. Then that happened to her,
uh,
right?
my
So
God,
yes,
it's the it,
so
it, would it? They have the
so
Loch Ness monster. What about the thought neck monster? Nobody talking about the
yeah,
thought neck monster.
yeah. So I'm just looking at this and back. Okay, well, I mean, well, it's out there now. Like, okay, honey, I fucked the head coach, right? And I'm just like, oh well, okay, well, it's
Well,
okay. Blah blah blah.
the only answer is you're dead to me. That's the only
Yeah.
answer that could work. What do you think? We're gonna go like, hey, what do you think? Like, we're gonna go have lunch later this week or something?
So so yeah, so they like I say they suspended
I
him.
fucked the head coach. Hey, babe. Hey babe, sorry about that. I sucked off the head coach because you don't fulfill me. Here's the thing. I would really like brunch later. And it's like, how does that conversation go exactly?
Yeah. So yeah. So I'm just looking at some fact that um, he gets suspended. Nothing happens to her, right? And I guess everything is back to original
Or a
programming.
lot
You
happened to
know,
her,
I
depending on how you look at it.
yeah. And then I know we get. I know we kind of getting off subject a little bit, but then I look at that, and then I look at the shit that what that happened with Tom Brady and his wife, right? You know, they get divorced, and then she already. But like this, talk about not letting the sheet get cool. Hell, she already done jumped to somebody. You know, so uh,
She already got public images with the jujitsu trainer around the kids. She already got the kids around them.
yeah. So
Isn't
that
that
just
good?
goes.
But my boy was in Germany. My boy was in Munich, letting it fly. And if you don't think he had a piece of snitchel out there, you're wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know what? These Brazilian women, snakes. I'm gonna tell you right now, snakes, opportunists, opportunist trash.
So yeah, it's just
Wait,
I
wait,
just
wait,
look at
hold on. Zachary, how can you say that? It's so inappropriate. Listen to me. She had those kids rolling with this jujitsu coach. There's pictures of them a year ago rolling, and now they're dating.
uh
Now,
yeah.
let me tell you something. As a former trainer, if you don't think they're fucking, you, my friend, are a dumbass.
Exactly. It's
So who's the bad guy? The media would have you think
yeah,
he's the bad guy, but in fact, she was out there throwing that monkey around.
yeah. So it's bound to happen. If
Oh, they're
you
like, Zach, you need to calm down a little bit. You're getting a little wild. Okay.
so it's bound to happen, right? You know,
Yeah, but she's
and then
not. I don't understand it. She's not all that. I don't understand what's going on here.
again,
I saw the picture. I'm like, I mean, well, shit. I guess if that's a sugar mama, you got 300 million large. Okay, I'll make you holler if you want. I mean, I guess.
yeah. So I mean, because like I said,
But
she had
they
money.
were saying Tom Brady cheated. Tom Brady doesn't cheat during the season. Tom Brady doesn't even fuck during the season. Everyone knows it. So it's just like, who was doing what now? And Tom, I'll be honest with you. Tom, let me be honest. You gotta chill with that. You're gonna have to fuck during the season. It's there's nothing there. What are you getting 2 to 3 points on testosterone? I think you might get 1.5 too, just for fucking. So calm the fuck down, dog. Like do a couple of deep squats, put her up on the back on the wall, little hip thrust, deep squat. Calm down. It might maybe you want to throw it so low for Julio. You know what I'm saying? Calm down.
Yeah, for me, right? I just look at it and I'm just like, okay, but again, this is like this is professional sports. You go half the season or whatever, and then if if you think it ain't going on, if you think it ain't going on, then just like I said, you're sadly mistaken. It's just like I said, it's no different than when a soldier goes on deployment, right?
Oh,
And
man.
and then it's just like, okay, well, this is and this is where the true test comes in at. You got to be like, okay, well, is my wife really gonna stay faithful to me while I'm gone for this whole year? Is my husband gonna stay faithful to me while he's gone for this whole year? Right? I mean, it's a lot of shit that it's a lot of shit that goes into play. Again, uh, every time that I would go on deployment, right, or when we got orders that hey, look, we finna get ready to go somewhere, and we gonna be gone for a year. Motherfucker was already putting shit in play. They was already establishing who they
And
was
that
going,
fucking wild. God
right?
damn. Ugh.
I should have put that. You know what? I started to put that in the book, but I said, you know what? I ain't even gonna do that. Because uh,
Smart man. Smart man. Hey, leave
yeah,
it behind. Fuck them.
yeah, yeah. I mean, because I'm just like, okay, well,
It, but
you
but
know,
but isn't that trashy? How trashy is that? Here's the thing.
it's
On that treadmill, you can't outrun that. Like you cannot outrun that karma. So it's like, no, I'm gonna get mine. I'm gonna do this, and you think you're getting over and doing this and doing that. It's like, oh no, you have no idea. Best case scenario, you get out of my life. Second base, second best case scenario, you're gonna get yours. And they're gonna happen
yeah,
eventually. So,
uh,
but like what it does to an individual, it's very hurtful. It's inappropriate. It's just like it's not conducive to like wealth and health and like all these things. And it's just trashy. Is what it is. It's trash, and it comes in all shapes, colors, religions, sizes: brown, white, black, Christian, Muslim, Jewish, yeah, yellow. Who gives a fuck, right? Like it's gonna catch up to you.
yeah. And you know what though?
It just doesn't
It
work.
yeah. And so my whole deal is right. Just like I said, in my 21-year career, right? I've been the whole world over. I, been around the world twice, maybe even three, four times. I really don't know. But my whole deal is that when when you call yourself married, right? And I'm just like, and I go back and I look at like at my first marriage or whatever, and and right to this day, I say to myself, you know what? I should have followed my first plan, meaning that hey, guess what? Because the thing about it was, I always knew that I was going to do 20 years in the United States Army. Now, whether I was going to be married or not, that's a whole different story, right? But the plan was to do 20, get out, right? Retire, whatever, and then go. And then if I wanted to get married, then hey, guess what? I will go ahead and I'd get married, or whatever. I'd have my, I would have got all my motherfucking retirement pension, responsibility, right? So for the most part, I'd have been, I would have been pretty good. But the thing about it, it did happen. It did happen, and I'm not gonna sit up here and cry over spilled milk about it. But my whole deal is, I've seen all this shit during deployments. Hell, hell, it was one deployment. Shit, it was old boy. He had old girl bent over the motherfucking washing machine. It was just gone.
Oh no.
It right now, it was not on rent cycle. Okay, so uh,
Oh no.
so
Oh
you know,
God Almighty.
so I mean,
Good, Kurt.
I'm
You gotta stop right there. I'm gonna cancel you right now. Listen, motherfucker. You can say what you want about the Jews. You can say what you want, but you went ahead and brought the rent cycle into it, and you're officially canceled. That's no. I know what you're saying. It's fucked up.
so yeah, so
Unbelievable.
that's
Let's bring it
that
home.
that's so
Let's bring it home in the next. Let's bring it home by 1400.
yeah, so that's
Put
what
a
I'm
bow. Put
saying.
a bow on this podcast.
I'm just like I'm just like it it's what happens It's what happens, right? It's what happens, and then stay right there. It's just like okay, you then you got to ask yourself, okay, do people do it for the thrill of it? I mean, was your house, was your household that fucked up before you left, right? That your wife or whatever was just laying in wait for you to leave, right? Because they already knew what the hell they were gonna do once you got gone. Because it was just for the simple
Oh
fact
my
that
god.
they could not prove it, right? And then even with the soldier, right? It was the same shit because that last
I don't even
deployment
want
that
to
was
tell
on.
you what I saw before I left. I don't even want to tell you. I seen some things. Oh my god. I guess I'm
I
not
mean,
even
but
allowed to talk about it.
just like I said, it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff that I could have put in that book, right? And I just said, you know what? I'm not gonna
Well,
go there
you
because
know what it is too. It's like also the individual, the young individual who. Well, you know what? I'm gonna stop right there before I get in trouble. I'm gonna stop right there.
uh, so
I
you
mean,
know, so
I've
then
seen so many things, seen so many things in these suburbs outside of Fort Hood, Texas, that I think to myself, wow. And it's like,
so yeah,
oh, that's my cue to
so
shut
yeah,
up.
so it just, it just stopped. It's just one of those things that you know, um, and I don't know if you and I talked
It'll
about this,
break your
but
heart, honestly, if you think about it.
yeah,
Like
but
as a mature male, it'll break your heart.
I knew that I talked about it with other people that I served with, and and I told my son, I'm like, cause he was talking about wanting to come in. I'm like, no, you don't, right? Yeah, I told him, hell no. You gonna carry your ass to school. You gonna
Yeah,
you gonna go to school. You gonna get your degree. You gonna you gonna learn your craft, right? You're not you're not gonna do that. And I just
exactly. Go to school,
and
get
then
a trade, do
I
that.
told him, yeah, and then I just flat out told him, I said, look, son, I love you, but you are not United States Army material. You're not, you
Yeah,
know.
it's a whole different ball game.
So and then I just look at the simple fact that all of the stuff that I did while I was in, right? Just know overall, I'm proud. I feel like it's overall, I'm proud of my 21-year career, right? I've had my ups and downs. I mean, tell me somebody that hasn't, right? But I tend to look at the United States soldier, regardless. Well, I'm not gonna say regardless of branch. So out of let's just say as far as like the Army and the Marines go, right? The only reason why I said it is because I can actually really say like those they can actually really be probably like be two of the dirtiest. The Army leading the way because it's like say the first time you carry your ass to Germany, guess what? If you single, then it's fine. If you married, put like this, you gonna end up fucking somebody while you in Germany, while you in Korea, or wherever the hell that you actually was stationed at. It's gonna be money, sex, and drugs, right? Whether you actually really taking Percocets and drinking them with alcohol or whatever. I mean, it is what it is. It's for the most part, it's a dangerous game on so many levels to this motherfucking ridiculous. Because the thing about though is this: you get your ass killed out there on the motherfucking battlefield, right? Or you can fuck around and OD in your room, right? Because you got a motherfucking Dear John letter, right? So again, uh, for like this, for those of us right? That we did 20 and we're still around, right? Then I'm just like, okay, because because it could go either it could go either way, and I'm be the first one to tell you, right? I thought about it plenty of times, right? But I always had enough about myself to be like, you know what? It's too many people that I would motherfucking hurt if I was just to say, you know what, the hell with it, take a gun to my head, or take as many pills as possible, or take a knife, or what, jump off a
And that's the
building,
saddest
whatever the fuck.
part. That's the saddest part. It's all too common. I just can't, man.
Yeah.
It's
So
all too common. No other profession.
yeah. So again, um,
Let's bring it home though. 2 minutes to
yeah.
close.
So again, um, as far as like with the with as far as like with the hurt feelings kit and the hurt feelings report, um, as far as like the shit with Kanye and Kyrie, and then Dave Chappelle, he then said his little piece, right? I just feel like,
Mm.
okay, you as a comedian is what the fuck you do. You tell jokes. You talk about groups of people, right? And not to say that they getting on Dave's ass, but I'm just looking at it like this, right? When you tell the truth, stick to your motherfucking guns. Don't apologize for no goddamn body. Don't apologize if you, especially if you know beyond the shadow of a doubt that you're right about something. You better stick to your goddamn guns. Like, seriously, because again, I can go back and look at all the stuff that I did in my career, and I didn't apologize to no motherfucker, right? Because I always felt that what I did was it was that what the fuck I believed in, and it was gonna be for the greater good, not just for me,
Yep.
not just for me, not for the people that served with me at that particular time, but somebody's gonna go back and look at what the fuck that Curtis Harris and Zachary Lee Kwan did some damn what 20 years ago, damn there, and they could be like, you know what? How come we can't do that shit right today?
That's right.
And
That's right.
hold your ground, stand your motherfucking ground. We ain't gotta
Yep.
put like this. We don't have listen. We don't have enough people, regardless of status. They won't stand their motherfucking ground for whatever reason. I don't know what the fuck they're scared of, but stop being scared and be like, no, motherfucker, I'm not gonna apologize. This is what the fuck I believe, and I'm gonna stand by it.
That's right.
If put like this, you if you don't want to hire me, you want to fire me, then hey, by all means, right? But if it, but you, I look at it like this: if it's breaching contract, right? Just know that I'm finna nail your ass to the motherfucking wall.
Yeah. For real. Hey, and that's and we're gonna put a nail in this podcast episode. When do you want to do the next one? 2 days?
we can do the next one next week. We can just keep it like once a
Next
week.
week or next week or later this week?
We can do well today. What's the day? Tuesday. So if you want to do another one
Yeah.
Friday, we can.
I love that. Let's do it Friday, and we'll text back and forth like sort of like topics and things like that. But we'll let it roll from there. This is happening organic, and I love that.
Yeah. So anything you want to close out with?
Basically, I just caveat on the point of stand your ground and stand for something or you'll fall for anything. It's the cliche, but it's true. It's true. It's a cliche for a reason. So, ladies and gentlemen, you got some words of wisdom here by Duo, and I think we'll pick it up on Friday, and we'll nip it in the bud. We'll perfect it. We'll put a little nice bow for our listeners here on the at the end of the week, and we'll take it from there.
All right. So, um, well, with that being said, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell Big Dan, tell Big Bertha, your uncle, your auntie, your grandma, your
Big
papa,
Bertha always
your
gets.
BMO, your BMO,
And
folks
tell
that you
Big
can't
Bertha
throw
again.
across
Tell
the
that
street.
bitch. I
What's
said
that?
Big Bertha always gets me. Tell that bitch again, Big Bertha. Tell her again.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, so that's what it is. So like shit, motherfucker across the street, round the corner. Paulus Harris, aka the crazy uncle, and my man Zachary Lee Kwan. We gonna see y'all on
Yes,
Friday.
sir.
All right,
Love
folks.
y'all. Peace.
Yep. Peace.